Hi everyone, welcome back to Booming with Bella. I am your host, Bella Lainez, and today we are going to talk about, just take a wild guess. If you said Cowboy Carter, you are correct. I actually am kind of excited because my last episode was when I saw Primera Musa live here in New York City and Brooklyn, and this episode is going to be about Beyonce's Cowboy Carter, which I saw at MetLife, and then the next episode is going to be about Raúl Alejandro's Cosa Nuestra, which I saw at El Jolly in Puerto Rico. So like 3 concert episode recaps for you. I'm kind of loving this experience for us. I'm loving these shows. I'm really excited to be sharing on this with you guys. And I just need to get this disclaimer out of the way. If you are watching on YouTube or watching the video episode, you can see that my nails are a hot mess. Please just ignore it. I am coming up on probably 6 weeks with these nails. I love them. I love the French. Okay, they look great aside from the fact that one is missing and one is cut in half. I've been waiting to get my nails done right before Aruba. So in that process, I've lost a couple. So just let it roll. I do have to say, I switched to Gel X, and my finger, the one that the nail popped off of, is a lot healthier and stronger and like less gnarly looking than it was when I was getting the acrylic gel. So I recommend switching to the hard gel. That all said, also make sure to follow at Booming with Bella everywhere, or at Isabella with 2 A's, L-A-I-N-E-Z, if you want to see more of my personal life. If you're not already just like fully locked in. And subscribe to YouTube to watch the video versions of this episode, or make sure you're following at Booming with Bella wherever you get your podcasts. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, give a 5-star rating to help push Booming with Bella out to more people. All you gotta do is search Booming with Bella. I think we're available on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google. I also have a link in my bio, direct you to like the main website or the main page through the host site that I use. That is all of that. Without further ado, Beyoncé, Cowboy Carter, Renaissance Act 2. I don't think I have fully processed the show yet, and just like the sheer fact that I saw Beyonce live. This is my first time ever seeing her live, guys. I know that's crazy. What happened was, for Renaissance, there just like wasn't ever a time where I felt like I could afford $300 nosebleeds, and it just didn't work out. And I don't think at that time I was like comfortable enough with the idea of going to a concert alone. We now know that I've done that, so that's no problem. But at that time, I don't think I was ready yet, and also $300 for nosebleeds was not something that I felt like I should do. Alas. I ended up securing these Beyonce tickets back in February. I think literally on Valentine's Day. I was sitting at the beach, actually in Puerto Rico, and I remember I had been trying since the day that I landed, so like 4 days, because there was like a couple pre-sales every so often. I ended up getting it through the Verizon pre-sale, and I was on the beach. I sat there. I had 2 of the last like standard ticket with no verified resale, like whatever. I had 2 of them in my cart, and I was like, okay, I've got 4 minutes to make this decision. What do I do? Do I buy it? Do I not? And then I was like, Bella, let's be so for real. You love Cowboy Carter, and you've never seen Beyonce live. You will not like regret this. And honestly, the prices that I got them at was kind of so shocking to me. So I was like, I might as well. So I did it. I ended up going with one of my friends from college. We were able to meet up in the city and like commute from, I guess, Penn Station there, which was really cute because NJ Transit had like all these like signs directing you like how to get to MetLife. I posted one on my story. It was like, NJ Transit welcomes the Beehive, and there was like a Queen Bee like sign and then an arrow like directing you exactly to where you need to be. And same thing like on the way home, like they hurdled us like cattle back onto the trains to get us out of there. Like it was a very like simple I guess way there and way back. So good to know for future shows. What did I end up wearing? Because fashion at the Beyonce concert is a huge deal, and I think that it's something that, I don't know, maybe should be documented more by like bigger journalism forums, because there's this one guy that I saw and his outfit was so meaningful, like dope, like powerful. I saw it and I was like, bro, damn. And I should have asked him to take a picture, or like if I could take a picture of his outfit. But so I just kind of went basic, not basic because the jeans that I wore were not basic at all in the slightest. I posted a couple TikToks. I obviously posted on Instagram. I was wearing actually Nelly's apple bottom jeans. They had this like fringe, sparkly kind of vibe to them, and I was obsessed. Obviously, I love sparkles, so duh. And I ended up wearing them with just a white t-shirt and my good old Betsy Johnson rhinestone booties and called it a day. So that's kind of just what I ended up wearing. They were being strict with like what you could bring into the stadium or not. I have a clear bag that I use for football games, obviously, so I just brought that and put everything that I could need in there. I saw like on influencer stories like their digital cameras they weren't allowed to bring in. Then again, that same thing happened in Puerto Rico, so maybe that's just becoming a thing. Now that digital cameras are popular again, these stadiums are being like, no, you can't bring those in. Anyway, so I was on the last night in New Jersey, so a lot of the merch and stuff was sold out, especially outside of the stadium. Where I was in, we had our own technically like merch line, so I was able to get this hoodie, thank God. And then I just got one of the t-shirt with like the tour dates and stops on it, because I love, if I'm gonna buy a concert merch, like I need like the fact that it was like concert merch, like tour dates, stops, etc. And then I got this hoodie because I'm a hoodie person and I was influenced by TikTok. Everyone said that this was the best thing ever. It is. It is. So we ended up buying merch, or I ended up buying merch inside of the stadium. When the show started, like I didn't really know what I was in for. I had tried not to watch TikToks or videos on social media of like what the show was, and I did the same thing for a while because like I wanted it to be the first time I experienced this. But even then, like I saw a few clips, right? A couple things here and there. So like I knew Boomin comes out, I knew that she does like a couple old songs, but like on TikTok it seemed slower. Like the section where she does Love on Top, If I Was a Boy, Crazy in Love, like it seemed slower. But in real life, it was like a moment. I was living for it. I was like fully singing along and I forgot that I knew all the words. Anyways, I also do want to say before I was listening to the setlist playlist on Apple Music, it's because I wanted to make sure that like I knew the words for like some of the older songs. And I just have to say this. So I was listening to like I Am Sasha Fierce, B-Day, those albums recordings because they were on the setlist playlist. She sounds so much better now. Like she sounded good then, don't get me wrong, but like I love her voice now and how it sounds now so much more. People had the nerve to say that she's not a singer. There was so much talk that came out after Renaissance or whatever that like she's not a singer, she can't sing the same way she used to. And I don't know if I was just on the wrong side of the internet or like people I knew like just weren't Beyonce fans, even though that is like insane to me after everything that I saw. But she sings better than ever. And I kept sending videos to my family. I was like, who started the rumor that she can't sing? Like, who started that? Who? What are you now? Because no, she sings beautifully. I was stunned. The national anthem she sang, like, poetic. Yes, well, yes, actually. That goes into the whole concept about I just felt like I was learning. I feel like I was in a history class that was like taught through music and visual arts, which is why I need the music videos so badly. But I felt like I was learning. During Yaya, she had a lot of like visual pieces that were like, you better be paying attention. Blackbird, and it was just like there was so much American history, and like specifically because it is the same thing. Black American history and American history is the same thing. For being shown, it was like, Beyonce, I need you to teach a college course. I will enroll right now. Tell me everything. This is why I also need like an entire behind the scenes of like how she was making the album. This one and Renaissance too. It's like I I would literally study this if you were teaching it to me. I find, so another Bella lore drop, but I feel like we've already discussed this. I love history. I love history. I love learning about things. It makes me so sad 9 times out of 10, but I love it. I know too much, maybe, but everything you need to know about the Russian Revolution, okay? The Tsars, I know so much about that. I have read and watched so many like history books and movies in my free time. I just like am fascinated. And especially with like music, like genres, or I don't know, like Sinners. The reason Sinners spoke to me so, I thought this was going to be a quick episode. I'm sorry. The reason that Sinners spoke to me so much was because there was so much history in it. Between blues music, between Irish vampire lore and mythology, between the ties between spirituality and music, religion and music, just the South during that time, specifically Mississippi, vampire like colonization and all of it. There's so much. And I think like that's why I went down a rabbit hole, because it was like, okay, yes, this movie in general is amazing, but there's so many different pieces that unlock like this section of history that I'm gonna go now deep dive down, and then there's this section of history that I'm gonna go jump in that hole now. And I love it. I've started reading up a lot on Puerto Rico's history just because, one, it's important for me to learn that. So I've been reading books about that. I want to get into, obviously, El Salvador. I want to get into just so many different spots. But I think that's why I loved Cowboy Carter so much, is because I felt like I was learning and she was teaching to me. And I wanted to be like in a classroom discussing this with other people and be learning from other people and like hearing about these experiences and what, you know, so much. And also because with her, again, that also ties into how everything means something. Everything means something. The flag, when you sat down, the flag, and it was the American flag, but there were squares, and each square was numbered, but they weren't like normal, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was like 1, 14.2. Like there was weird things that I still don't know what they mean. I don't know if I'll know what they mean until the full Renaissance trilogy is out, and then we have like a full, I don't know, I guess all the visuals, the movies, whatever. I am also fully seated in the belief that Act 3 is rock. I'm actually maybe begging for it. I don't know what other genre it would be. I don't know what other genre would really make sense. Maybe like a little bit of like, maybe it'll be like blues, jazz, rock sort of thing. And I'm listen, I made an entire blues playlist after Sinners. I am locked in, okay? I have books on Robert Johnson saved, like, and a documentary. Like, I'm in. So Beyonce, if you want to hop in also and give me like a blues thing to obsess over, I'm good. Obviously the memes still running around that Act 3 could be soca or corridos, like I don't, that's a thing. I don't know. Anyways, I'm excited for Act 3. I kind of thought she was gonna announce it. Maybe she's waiting. I mean, the Paris show was just started and she had Miley Cyrus out. So like, I think that next time I need to go to Paris to see Beyonce, because this is insane. Yeah, anyways, I feel like I need to go to Paris for the next one because Paris gets like a special treatment. They had their own merch. They had Miley Cyrus come out. Like, I would honestly have loved to see Beyonce and Miley Cyrus perform live together. Speaking of guests, Blue Ivy, literally growing up before our own lives. I don't think we even know, but I don't think especially people who aren't paying attention, i.e. non-Beyonce fans or whatever and haters, don't realize the kind of superstar that Blue is gonna be. That girl, she is gonna be huge. Because right now we're just seeing her dance. If that girl can sing, and sing better than her mother, we're cooked. Girl already has a Grammy. Like, the other pop girlies will not know what to do when she hits the scene. And you know what? I hope she takes her time. I mean, she's already been working on her stage presence and performance and getting comfortable in front of crowds and stadiums for the past like 3 years. Now she's gonna be humongous. Rumi is adorable. I was at one of the shows where she did get to like show a little bit of her personality. She like came out, whooped her hat around and threw it. I love that you can tell that these two girls want to be on stage. They want to be up there with their mom, and it's just like the sweetest little moment. Back to Blue. She absolutely killed it, and I love that the crowd shows so much support for her, and I'm so excited for when it's her time, her era. But yeah, important things to note. The mashups, like the way that she mashes up these songs, or just like the other songs that she will do like a remix of her own song and, you know, mash up with, like that's what I need DJs to do in the club. Like I would love to hear that stuff in the club. Like the way that I was like, oh, the Don't Stop, pop that, America Has a Problem, like that ate. I wanted to get down just like Blue was. I feel like Beyonce would be a killer DJ. I don't know her like that, but I feel like she would be a killer DJ. The national anthem opening also, Right Into Freedom, brilliant. She did American Requiem, national anthem, Freedom. Literally her mind. And I was telling my friend, like, seeing this, hearing this, seeing this on 4th of July is gonna be insane. Like those in Washington DC, like those people are gonna have such an insane experience. I can't wait to hear it. If you're going to one of those shows, you have to tell me about it. It felt like so patriotic, but like in a good way. I don't know, it just felt like it obviously felt like a safe space, but it also like people were making statements but also being patriotic in a way, and it was just like, God, you know, so insane. Like the emotions and the things that I like witnessed, like I don't think I fully have processed it yet, and I'm in such awe. I just feel like I saw greatness in a moment that's going to be talked about forever, and like it just hasn't fully like sunk in yet. All the meaning, the importance, what she did, it just hasn't fully sunk in yet. And like I know some people are going to be like, how does it not sink in yet? Some people just, they're not there yet, and that's okay. You know, great music, like we'll eventually all get there. Like how there's still outrage over her winning album of the year. Like you guys will get it eventually, don't worry. Just stan culture is a little too much right now. Anyways, also going back to the fact that I was not able to go to Renaissance, I am so glad that I got a little snippet of it, and I got thick in there. Yes, I did. So I was excited that I did get a little piece of Renaissance, even though it wasn't the full thing, even though I feel like I saw the full concert online. I didn't watch the movie because I wasn't in my phase of going back to the theater yet then. So I was like, oh, I'll just wait until it comes on streaming. Guess what never came on streaming? So Beyonce, let's go. I'm waiting for the Renaissance movie and also the Cowboy Carter now movie. I need those both immediately. The amount of nights I have never even seen it where I've just been like, I would totally enjoy watching the Renaissance movie tonight. Like, come on. I honestly think like if tickets were cheap when I was here or something, or I had gone to like the first night and like wanted to go a third time or something, like I would have seen this show more than once. Amazing, brilliant. I feel like there's stuff that I missed, maybe. It was just so good. Like I wasn't ever bored. It was like basically 3 hours, and I went with one of my college friends, but then another one of my college friends was in the stand and she was texting me like, this is amazing, she looks so good, like she sounds so good, I don't want to miss a thing, like I can't blink, because even when the interludes come on, like there's so much in the interludes, but also like some of them were kind of silly. Like there's one where she's like a burlesque almost dancer, and there's like she's also then dressed up as the man watching the woman dancer. And I just know she had a ball making some of those. Like she was having so much fun. There was so much. There's so much, and I wish I could explain it to you all. I took as much videos as possible. Of course, my worst videos are of Riverdance, because we all know that is my favorite song in the world. And Two Hands to Heaven. I think like before going into the concert, I kept thinking like, oh my God, I get to hear Two Hands to Heaven live. Like, no way. And then the song came, and it came to the point where I was like, oh my God, do I want to do the dance? Or do I want to get a video? Or do I want to try to get a video of everybody doing the dance as well? Because a video on TikTok where you could see like people's bracelet lights like moving because they were doing that infamous choreography. I was like, oh my god, what do I want to do? And I ended up just like missing that whole part. I did get to see Diva, thank god. She is never getting rid of that again. I think Blue spoke facts to her, and ever since then she realized, she was like, ooh, Diva is never leaving the set list. I do not care. Her body is tea. Her body is tea. Her core must be so strong. I bet she can plank for 10 minutes straight. That was all I was thinking when she was on the bull for Tyrant. I was like, this lady probably has the strongest core known to man. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but like I was like, she can probably definitely plank for a minute easily, maybe 3 minutes easily. I don't know. I need her workout routine, a dance class taught by her and her choreographer because they make it look so fun. Paris Goebel, please. Come on, get me in one of your classes. I have no professional dancing experience. I would love to be taught by you and her other choreographies and by her. Like, I would just have so much fun, and it looks so fun and it's so good. Basically, all of this, I'm obsessed. I would go again. What can I say? I knew I was a Beyonce fan, right? And I know this might sound crazy to you guys. You're gonna be like, Bella, we all knew you were a Beyonce fan. No, but the thing is, like, when I was listening to her old music, I didn't realize how much of a Beyonce fan I am. And I feel like this happens a lot with some artists. Is like, I've known them throughout my entire life, listened to their songs or whatever. Now that I've gotten older and I listen to albums, I make playlists, etc., whatever. I was like going through my Beyonce one and I was like, oh my god, I know so many Beyonce songs. And even when I was like prepping for the concert, trying to make sure I knew all the words, I was like, wait, I don't need to prep. I actually know all the words. At the concert, I was singing, I was like, I actually know all the words. I did not realize I knew all the words If I Was a Boy Like That. I don't think I've listened to that song in like 10 years. And there I was singing it bar for bar. I was like, okay, so maybe I am full Hive and I just didn't realize it. Why Don't You Love Me? Why did I know the lyrics to that song? I don't ever remember actively listening to that. Now I do, because I was like, wait, I kind of love this song. If you would ask me 4 years ago, because with the whole Renaissance thing, because it was also tied to history, that unleashed a whole new power, like level of Beyonce fan in me. But if you would ask me 4 years ago when I was just like, yeah, I like Beyonce, I would have probably told you that like I remember doing Dance Dance Revolution to Crazy in Love in 4th grade. I had a horrible experience because of my dance teacher, not because of Beyonce, to video phone in my funk dance class growing up. I don't remember what year it was. And obviously like I knew Halo. I would say Halo is one of my all-time favorites, Love on Top and Countdown. And I think that probably would have been like where I kind of, my top one. So like very, very typical, very like basic, the hits, I guess. Oh, Irreplaceable. I would have been like, oh yeah, I used to make my Barbie doll sing that to Ken, like, you know, like stuff like that. Now, if you were to ask me my favorites, Schooling Life, Party with Andre 3000, Welcome to Hollywood, kind of really like Worldwide Woman, Kitty Cat, Me, Myself, and I like a lot of the I Am Sasha Fierce album. Oh, obviously also prior to this, I knew Single Ladies. Like Radio, did start listening to Videophone last year again, and I was like, wait, like this song is a banger. Oh, Upgrade You, Get Me Bodied, I've been listening to a lot. Freakum Dress now, Sugar Mama, I added that to a playlist like yesterday. Diva I listen to all the time. How could I not? I'm a gym girl, like, duh. And like also I was 14 and I was listening to Beyonce, like self-titled, with one of my friends, like all the time. We were obsessed with Drunken Love, 14, 15-year-old girls. So like, I guess this Beyonce thing has been growing. I'm obsessed with Daddy Lessons also, but I've grown into that. I've been obsessed with The Gift. It's underrated as hell. The visuals, phenomenal. The Find Your Way Back, I've talked about this I don't know how many times to you guys, but the Find Your Way Back visuals stuck in my brain. The My Power visuals stuck in my brain. Mood Forever stuck in my brain. Already stuck in my, like, I like see it now as I'm saying the names. And I've also seen and been listening to Everything Is Love by the Carters. I've seen Summer on everyone's Instagram dumps lately. And obviously I'm obsessed. Oh, Ego from I Am Sasha Fierce. Yeah. So anyways, basically Water from The Gift. Yeah, I was obsessed with that last year big time, and I still am a little bit. Basically, I am full Hive. Guess I have been for much longer than I recall. Seeing her live just also sent me to another level. Like, you can't talk bad about her to me anymore, because I will just be like, I don't know how you compare her to whoever you're comparing her to, because what I saw in all aspects, between vocals, breath work, choreography, just the way that she was able to mash up the songs, the way that If I Was a Boy seamlessly transitioned into Jolene, like, was the most ear satisfying thing in my life that I've ever heard. Like, I was obsessed with that. The way that she was moved about the stadium, literally like flew and then like landed in one side, landed in another, drove a car flying through the stadium. The way she incorporates her family, I guess, in like a healthy way. The costumes, the interludes, the visual work, everything, even the merchandise, every single aspect of the concert experience is thought out and brilliant. And also on top of that, she sounds amazing. She's dancing the entire time, besides a few quick costume changes. She looks amazing. I didn't hear a single bad note, and like, she's still humble, because like, I was there when she had that like moment after Irreplaceable. I think it felt like 10 minutes. It may have been like a minute or 3 minutes or whatever, that the crowd was just cheering for her. Like, you could see her get emotional. Like, she was tearing up. Clearly, like, there's a connection, and her fans are receiving the album and like still showing up, showing out. She's still working so hard, and I guess she's starting to feel like we see that and we are appreciative of that, maybe. And I think it's like, it's hitting her a little bit, but it was really cute. Like, you can tell she works hard, man. Like, she puts her heart and soul and so much effort into that, which is why I'm like, I want to see the work. Show me the behind the scenes. Give me the movie. Anyways, 10 out of 10 concert experience. Would see again. Recommend seeing her live. Screw the naysayers. She does not sound bad live. I swear to God. Cowboy Carter is an amazing, amazing album. Blew my mind when it came out. Still, even a year later, one of my favorite pieces. The way that I'm not sick of the album yet, and it's been over a year. Like, yes. Yes, 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 yes. That is my stan moment. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that, I don't know, maybe you give Beyonce a chance if you did it before. I can't wait to see more videos of people getting to see her live. Give Cowboy Carter another chance if you haven't already. And I will be back to talk to you about Raúl Alejandro's Cosa Nuestra, another album that I think deserves more love than it got. And we'll chat very, very soon. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, add to library, whatever you gotta do, follow. Wherever you are listening or watching Booming with Bella, whether it's on the YouTube or if you're listening on any one of the platforms that you listen to podcasts on, go ahead and do so. Make sure you are following at Booming with Bella on Instagram, TikTok, wherever, Twitter, Threads. Even though I feel like Threads is like really body, I try to give it a chance every now and then I go on there and I'm like, this place is full of bots. So I don't know about that. Anyways, and Isabella with 2 A's, Lainez on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. If you want to see more personal stuff, i.e. my travels, me getting ready to record this video, or for me to nerd out about like books and stuff. Like right now I'm going through a whole Hunger Games thing because I just finished Sunrise on the Reaping. So that's that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys again so soon. Bye.